So I was pondering after running the race, why? Why did I hit a personal record? Because it was my worst time ever. In 9 times in 12 years that I've run this race, a Freedom Mile, it's just 1 mile. You simply busted all the way. The first 8 times I ended up with ending up with 6:08 to 6:38. Last time that I ran it a couple of weeks ago, I hit a 7:16. Alex, that's a personal record. Okay, fine. But why? Why did it end up that way? This is somewhat of a post-mortem analysis of that event. So as far as mental preparation, but this one was perhaps the best. But 1 through 7 and 8 and 9 were all check, check, check. Equipment, good shoes, shorts, fine. Everything was fine. Check, check, check. A coach, my first 7, I didn't have a coach. My last one, I didn't have a coach. My 8th race, which was 2 years ago, I had a coach, and it happened to be the 6:08 because he told me one thing to do, and that literally made me run the fastest I'd ever run. Workouts. The first 8 of them, I did not work out. My 9th one I did for a year and a half. I've been working about twice a week. I actually clocked in about 16,000 reps in the 90 days prior to the race. But then I noticed that in these last 2 areas, XX as far as this past race, it was obvious. And I noticed it though about 2 days prior to the race, but it was just too late to do anything about it because here's the thing. The first 8 races, I was running 10 to 20 miles per week. I've always been a runner. On this one, I was barely getting 3 miles. Barely getting 3 miles. I was just focused, now let's just do 1 mile a couple of times. But the workouts and all the pumping, and I lost some weight in the last 3 weeks, all that was surely to do it. No, it wasn't. 2 days prior to the race, I realized, oh my goodness, I'm out of fuel. I don't have any reserves. And so, boom, boom, there. Now the last one, a haircut. I did not get a haircut on the last one. I always did in the previous 8, but in this one I didn't get a haircut. That day was 93% humidity, and when the hair gets this long, it simply, all the dew, the moisture gets, and whenever you're running so fast, it kind of forces you to wobble like a penguin, and it adds about 5% of time to your race, about the difference right here. I've already talked to my coach from 2 years ago. I said, hey coach, we need to talk again and prep for upcoming races, adding 10 to 20 miles a week, and definitely get a haircut. So that's the analysis on my postmortem on this race. But what about this? Can this be applied in business? Let me show you a couple of ways. Anytime you have results, whether it's a simple personal race or anything that has to do with your company, whether it's a staff meeting, whether it is a prospect call, some event that you sponsor, you can measure results and you will either be extremely happy with them or disappointed. Look at everything that happened and ask yourself, what could we have done? What are we not ever going to do again? And what actually worked pretty well? What can we start doing? What can we stop and should stop doing? And what can we continue doing because it's working so well? Because ultimately, I assure you, a haircut will make a difference in some of the outcomes in life and in business. So try it out, and I'll see you on the next one.